What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made these. Beautiful, delicious, smoky, scratch-made, cheesy, brisket Crunchwrap Supremes. Coming up! This is some brisket. This is a brisket I cooked up the other day for a party that no one actually showed up to, so that's why there's so much left over. And as you can see, it's all congealed into one big mess, so I need to do something with it. And I can't think of anything better than a brisket Crunchwrap Supreme. So I'm gonna go pop this into a sous vide to warm up while we get everything else ready. Starting with some flour tortillas. So into my food processor here, I'm going in with some bread flour, some kosher salt, and some baking powder. And just get that mixed together. From there, we're going in with our Wagyu beef tallow. Any fat will work. I made some really great duck fat tortillas the other day, but I'm telling you, there's something about this Wagyu beef tallow that just works the best. And now, get that cut in as well. And once that all comes together, we're gonna go in with our warm water until a beautiful dough is formed. And we're gonna let that knead for about a minute, maybe two. And once thoroughly kneaded and everything is pulling away from the sides of the old bowl here, we're gonna let this rest for about an hour. And that's the biggest problem I see a lot of people having when trying to make flour tortillas at home, is that they don't let it rest long enough. And the convenient part about this recipe is we can just leave it right in here. My version of Taco Bell sauce. I forgot I burned the hell out of this pan the other day and it's making some weird noises, so we're gonna swap it out. Going in with an alarming amount of some tomato paste, followed by some water that I did in fact use to clean out the tomato paste can, and just bring that up to a simmer. And once up to a nice little simmer here, everything is evenly combined, we're gonna go in with some pickled jalapeno juice, some cayenne, some kosher salt, some granulated onion, granulated garlic, some chili powder, some cumin, and hell, we'll go in with some pickled jalapenos themselves too, why not? And just get these all nice and mixed up, and then we'll go in with the old immersion blender, break up those jalapenos and make sure everything is nice and smooth. And just like that, our beautiful taco sauce is done. Next up, we gotta make ourselves a nacho cheese sauce. Going with some Tillamook sharp cheddar today. And that's because it's gonna be diluted with some milk. So if we used a mild cheddar, we wouldn't get that nice sharpness, but by using the extra sharp stuff, it'll still shine through. And then into this little pot here, we're going in with some milk, as well as our sodium citrate. It's gonna help emulsify the cheese. And we're just gonna get that up to a simmer. And once up to a simmer, we're gonna start going in with our cheese. Just little by little so it melts evenly. Oh yeah. And once all your cheese is added, we should be left with a beautiful, velvety, creamy little nacho cheese sauce. But to amp up the nacho side of things, I'm gonna go in with some chili powder, because why not? And some more pickled jalapenos. Ooh. Gonna put as many of these in as I see fit. That should be good. And then to blend up the jalapenos and make sure our cheese sauce is nice and smooth, back with our good old friend, the immersion blender. And just like that, our beautiful nacho cheese sauce is done. Set this aside to keep warm. And after a nice long rest, let's see how this dough came out. Beautiful dough, this tortilla dough. And as you can see, after that nice long rest, it is very supple, nice and stretchy, not wanting to break or snap or anything like that. And it is just a joy to work with. If your dough doesn't look beautiful like a boob, then it needs to rest longer. And now we need to break this down into some little balls. And you know, the Crunchwrap takes a 12-inch tortilla, so we're going for a pretty big ball today. 150 grams of dough that we're gonna just pinch and roll, put all the seams on the bottom. You've seen me make tortillas plenty of times before, folks, but if you want a more detailed instructional video, there's one from a while back. And then on the table, using the friction of the table, we're gonna just give it the old roly-poly, make sure it's nice and taut, and there we go, beautiful little dough ball. And now we repeat, nothing to it, folks. And then I'm gonna make a couple of smaller tortillas as well in case we need a little coverage on the bottom of the old Crunchwrap, which we may need. I don't know, never done this before. So this is a standard size, 50-gram dough ball. And I'll make a couple of tiny ones too, a little 30-gram guy. So cute. And now, because we've disrupted the gluten matrix, we need to let these rest again for about 10 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna do it in this little tortilla warmer here, which gives us plenty of time to get everything else ready. Starting with a quick pico de gallo. Now I know they just put tomatoes on the Crunchwrap at Taco Bell, but I think this is gonna be a little bit better. All right, folks, try and make ourselves a giant 12-inch tortilla, which is gonna be tough because this is a 12-inch press. So I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. Taco squeal. Ooh, wow, that worked out perfectly. That is impressive. Must say, I am pretty happy about that. Ow, nice and round. Beautiful. Can we go 2 for 2? Whoops. Very nice. Whew, love it. I know I haven't added all that much to the culinary world, but this tortilla recipe, I did a lot of research on it, a lot of R&D, and it has never failed me. So good. They're always so nice and fluffy, and this dough, oh, so pliable. And that's just a great fit. And I'm gonna keep these pretty blonde. Don't want to toast them too far because I want to make sure they're still nice and pliable so we can make them into a Crunchwrap and then toast them off once everything is assembled. This one looks so cute in comparison. And there we go, just like that, our last tiny little tortilla is done. Reheated brisket. Only the best stuff, folks. Probably should have vac sealed this. It's looking pretty bad, but smells good. We're going for chopped beef instead of slices today. I feel like that'll be a better eating experience. But hey, you do you. And I must say, these tortillas came out absolutely beautiful. That new Chud press works like a dream. That is a nice looking beef fat tortilla. To start things off, we're gonna make a nice little pile of our chopped brisket. We're then gonna top our brisket with some of our, oop, that's a lot. Oh, geez. Some of our nacho cheese sauce here. That's a lot of cheese. That's fine with me though. And for the Crunchwrap part, got a little tostada. Glue it to the brisket with the cheese. Love it. On top of that, we're going on with some sour cream. Oh yeah, some of our beautiful lettuce going on top of that. I think cabbage probably would have been a better move here, but that's okay. And then on top of that, we're gonna go on with our pico. Next up, a nice healthy drizzle of our beautiful Taco Bell sauce. Oh yeah, can't have too much of that, folks. And for good measure, we'll put a little shredded cheddar on top and a little Oaxaca, because I'm feeling frisky today. Oh God, this is looking ridiculous. I think I might have made this a little too tall, folks. And then to top this all off, we've got this beautiful, super thin tortilla. Pop that right on. And now we begin to try and fold this bad boy up. Guy on YouTube makes this look so easy. And there we have it, the Chud homemade brisket Crunchwrap Supreme. And if you want to try one of these for yourself and don't want to make it, and you live in Austin, you gotta go see my buddy Cade Mercer from CM Smokehouse down at Bolden Acres. He makes these all the time. They're part of his menu. And where I got the idea for this video. And if mine comes out anything like his, it's gonna be a gut bomb in the best way possible. I will say though, this is pretty fun to put together. And the variations you could do are pretty much endless. Loaded cheeseburger Crunchwrap, yes please. Beef Wellington Crunchwrap. I've been cooking on the internet for too long. Beep, beep, beep. Fold it up. These tortillas are a dream to fold. I tell you, not even the slightest hint of cracking or breaking on us. Yeah. Beautiful. Let's toast these off. All right, folks, moment of truth. Cut side down. And we're just gonna put a little pressure on it. Oh yeah, get a nice sear. Flatten everything out a little bit. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, that flattened out nicely. Actually kind of looks like the ones from Taco Bell, now that it's not as thick. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. Perfectly sealed. You know, I've never actually had a Crunchwrap. Probably shouldn't admit that on the internet, but what a first one to have. And there we have it, folks. 1 of 3 coming off. Funny part is, at Taco Bell, they actually have a big heated press to cook these as fast as possible. So it's like this thing was designed for the Crunchwrap. You know what, folks? Sometimes I even impress myself. I think it's time to slice into this bad Larry and see how it came out. Ooh, crispy. Oh my goodness. Nothing wrong with that, folks. So cheesy, so meaty, so toasty, quite warm in the hands. That is a sight of beauty. What more in life do you need than that, folks? Some freshly made beef fat flour tortillas, juicy smoky brisket, homemade nacho cheese sauce. And of course we got that house-made Taco Bell sauce in there too, and some veg and other stuff. Okay, I gotta dive in. You know, for how many scratch-made elements there are in this really didn't take all that long to make. And I'm also super pumped to know that I can make 12-inch flour tortillas on the all-new Chud press. And that looks just so cheesy. Still quite hot, so yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, that is so good. It tastes alarmingly like Taco Bell. It's got that hot wilted lettuce flavor that Taco Bell always has. Honestly, I'm not hating it. Oh, I mean, tell me you don't want to take a bite of this sloppy Joe right now. Oh my God, that is so good. And it's quite the nice little package too. That was phenomenal. I thought it was gonna be too cheesy. It's not too cheesy. Oh my God, that's really hot. But it's so good. Kind of blown away right now, not gonna lie. Whenever I do these gimmicky episodes, I don't really think too much of it, but I'm definitely gonna be making these again. This is truly impressive. Oh, that was a perfect bite. That center bite, a little bit of everything. Got some crunch, got some cheese, big shot of pico, that sauce. Y'all definitely gotta make these. And the fact that it's all wrapped in a Wagyu beef tallow, freshly made flour tortilla. I don't think I could ever eat one of these from Taco Bell now that I've had this. It's just really good. Wow. Brooke!
It looks so good. This is better than the real thing.
Well, I would hope so. It took me 8 hours. That was so good.
My God. Yours has actually still got a crunch to it, which I enjoy more. I don't like it to be too like a soggy mess, you know?
Yeah, these held up quite well. It's a tight little package.
Yeah, you did a good job, babe.
Pizza pie.
Yum. I'm glad it's brisket and not barbacoa, because I feel like barbacoa would have been too overpowering.
Yeah, a little more greasy.
Yeah, well, this is perfect. You nailed the sauce, too.
Thank you. I nailed that recipe down at Leroy and Lewis. Well, we used to do crunchy tacos, and I'm like, I'm going to learn how to make Taco Bell sauce.
Yeah. The sauce ties it together.
It's just hitting right.
I would eat this any day.
Look at that meaty bite. Ah! I thought about putting some beans in there for you, but I don't want you stinking up the house.
Oh, stop.
It's alarming how much hotter the fresh one is than this one. Just trapped it all in. So it's got that perfect seal.
All right, official tasty time.
Is it time?
I think so.
Oh, you grazed the tip, bud.
Good girl. She didn't even savor it.
If you could say thank you one time, Pee-Pee, that'd be great. I know this is gonna sound weird, but this isn't even going down that heavy, considering there's 3 different types of cheese, including nacho cheese sauce and brisket in a beef fat tortilla. It's really not that heavy. I know, because Brooke is still eating. She doesn't like things that are way too rich. The old Crunchwrap defies all physics. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make an absolutely amazing brisket Crunchwrap Supreme. Again, when I set out to make this video, I thought this would be a fun little one-off, but that was genuinely way better than I thought it was going to be, and somehow greater than the sum of its parts, even though all the parts were about as good as I'm ever going to make them. And I highly recommend you make some very soon. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. Also, big shout out to everyone who just bought one of these tortilla presses today. I released those this morning and we sold out in 2 hours, and I'm very grateful for that. And if you want to get your hands on some, we'll have more coming probably in February. But as always, head over to chudsbbq.com. We'll have all the information there. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!